Thanksgiving weekend is supposed to be about a lot of food, being thankful, and being surrounded by family and love. And maybe, if you're lucky, you'll be able to attend a birthday party at the same time. So that's what was supposed to happen in Stockton this past Thanksgiving weekend, but there was an added ingredient to the mix, that being a mass shooting at a children's party.
They're advising 12 people have been shot.
We're doing CPR on one possible 12-year-old.
We have a 9-year-old that was shot.
We are following breaking news out of Stockton.
Now, I work in healthcare, and even during my clinicals, I knew that I had a certain weakness for children. And I knew that I could never function if I ever had to work on kids. So the thought of imagining what was going on in that police radio, an officer showing up on the scene and having to perform CPR on somebody that possibly could be 12 years old. Like, it's crazy. It's chilling. Reports say that approximately 14 people were shot, and out of the 14, some had fatalities.
Right now, as we mentioned, 4 people killed, 11 others shot. Among the dead are 3 children, ages 8, 9, and 14. In addition to the 21-year-old. Stockton Mayor Christina Fugazi also said the 8-year-old.
The thing is that I grew up in Stockton, and the particular area that this happened at is in the northern side of Stockton. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole detail of everything, but typically the more southern you go in Stockton, the worse it is. The fact that this happened in the northern side of Stockton it's crazy. And it goes to show how bad it is over there. It's the reason why I refuse to move back. The only time I go back to go visit is for family. And I never try to stay there for long. From what I was able to look up on Facebook, I found an article by 209 Times. The target of the shooting were local rappers. This is, of course, according to street accounts and have not been confirmed by official reports. But having grown up there and the culture that is there, I can 100% believe that this is the reason why, and it is a stupid reason to include kids in a violent incident like this. You know, things like this make me want to believe in certain parts of religion, particularly that there is a hell and that there is a special place for people like this that cause pain and suffering to children. So this is a picture of one of the victims that are confirmed to be dead according to Facebook and social media. It was posted by the father of the deceased child. His name was Amari Peterson. And this is a child. You know, there used to be street rules where you didn't include children, innocent women, elderly people in gang violence. It was kind of like, if you're familiar with video games, it was like a fair PvP system where you only attacked other people that were flagged for PvP. Any of the innocents that didn't want a part of it, you couldn't attack them. But what we have now and what's happening, it's more of a PK system where at any time, even if you aren't part of that life, even if you aren't part of the game, you could be attending a birthday party like the people here, and all of a sudden get caught up in street violence. Now, I don't know if there was beef between, the rappers. I could totally see that happening. But if the reason for this has anything to do with like street cred or clout chasing or things that were caused because of like rapper or gang culture that involved the fatalities of children, what a completely stupid reason to lead to the deaths of these kids. Things like this make me believe that we should just bring back public executions. And in this case, public torture that should go on over days. 14 people were shot, 4 of them dead. I think 3 of them were children. If these people are ever caught, my personal take on it would be that they should be publicly tortured. They should at least be shot 4 times. I think 1 for every one of the victims, so like 14, 15. Some reports, I think the latest reports are saying that 15 people were shot. And I know that sounds gruesome, but I think we need a drastic change on what exactly the punishment is for things like this. These people knew. Before they went in there, they knew that this was a family gathering. Okay, this wasn't a crime because they were hungry or, you know, they had no other choice. They knew beforehand that there were going to be kids at this place, at this gathering. It was a birthday. And they still decided that, you know what? Yeah, children being collateral damage is completely acceptable. And for those kinds of criminals, bring back public executions. These people should be suffering publicly. You know what's even sadder? Is that when these people are finally caught, tried, convicted, they're going to go to prison and they're going to get free housing, free meals, free healthcare. And as far as the healthcare part is concerned, I've heard of cases where they are requesting to have things like sex changes, gender altering treatment, plastic surgery, and they're going to get those things on taxpayer money. Now, what I feel what we need, and what we've always needed, is a way to discourage crime. I think what we need to do is find a way where we are decreasing the amount of money and resources going into helping truly guilty, heinous crime committing people from continually existing and finding a way to put that money into something else. Okay, so I did a quick search on what the budget is for each prisoner annually. And the results are pretty shocking, especially in states like California, where the budget is over $100,000 per year per inmate. That's how much money we're budgeting to keep these people alive. Now, if we took some of that money, and I don't know, just off the top of my head, invested in something like drone squads in cities where you could dispatch them as soon as something crazy happens, something violent like this, where a mass shooting happens, you could at least send over a drone squad, keep eyes on them like you would with like a traditional helicopter surveillance, right? Except that you could now more efficiently have a team so that we can keep eyes on these guys. At the very least, the investigative branch of law enforcement could do their jobs more efficiently, more easily, and we could bring these people to justice. I think that it is a massive squandering of taxpayer money that we're keeping these people alive, while when we could be investing this money in better investigative branches, better investigative technologies. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure that you've seen things like 48 hours, where the first 48 hours of a crime are critical in finding murders or finding suspects, the people who actually did the crimes. I feel like we should be diverting these resources. We should be allocating them more smartly. I understand that there are some merits to the idea of rehabilitating prisoners, and with those people, or maybe they were wrongly convicted, because there are definitely cases like that, but I think in cases where it's open and shut, where people are known to be guilty, why are we keeping these people alive? I mean, what does that say to people who are potentially thinking about committing crimes? That what, as soon as they commit one of these things, what are we going to punish them with? Free room and board and healthcare? Like I said, this soft on crime BS just is not working. I say that if somebody wants to act like a wild animal, which, by the way, wild animals, they'll attack for survival, but we still think that it's a good idea to put those down. Just because it looks like a person doesn't mean we should treat it as one. If it acts like a wild animal, we put it down like a wild animal. It's what it should be. And in this case, I don't think public execution would be enough. I think public torture would be fitting. A quick execution is too good for these people. Knowing full well that there were kids there, and thinking that it would still be okay to open fire like that. For what? Some rappers? There's something seriously wrong with the people that committed this. And sure, yes, when they do get to prison, they're probably going to face some kind of prison justice, I would think. I think there's still a faction of prisoners that once they see their papers, which is going to happen, they're going to see that these people murdered kids. They shot at kids. They shot at women. They shot at innocent people. And they'll probably be punished for it in some kind of prison justice kind of way. But I think their punishment has to be more public than that. And also, with regards to prison justice, these people, if they feel like they're being targeted, they can always just PC up, protective custody. That's a thing that they do. Where if they feel like they're being targeted, they can somehow find a way to live safely. Something their victims didn't have a chance to have. There was no protective custody for their victims when they were being shot at. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next one.